Pull up a chair. This is the Pattaya Red Pill Report. You ever wake up in a room that smells like aircon and regret? There's a naked girl beside you who called you daddy last night and now pretends to sleep while waiting for her grab fare. The shower's hot, the fridge is full, the phone's charging, and you, my friend, are living better than 99% of every man who ever walked this earth. But you feel nothing. Not joy, not satisfaction, just boredom, and maybe a creeping sense of, what the fuck am I doing with my life? Welcome to modern masculinity, where comfort is high, purpose is low, and even in paradise, you're still empty. You came to Pattaya for pleasure, escape, maybe even healing. But here's the brutal truth. You can't outrun envy, you can't fuck your way out of emptiness, and you sure as hell can't buy purpose by the hour. This is the story of how modern men became miserable kings, soft, lost, and sedated by sex, screens, and short-term highs, and how Pattaya became both the mirror and the drug. Let's unpack it. The paradox of comfort. You're soft because life is. Look around, soldier. You've got a roof over your head, electricity on demand, and a plastic rectangle in your pocket that delivers pussy, pizza, and dopamine in under 10 minutes. You live in paradise with a pulse, and yet you're sitting there whining like life owes you more. Newsflash. Nobody from your bloodline, not your grandfather, not your great uncle, not a single goddamn warrior in your lineage, had it damn near this good. Hot showers. They washed in rivers, medicine. They bled and prayed. Freedom. They fought for it with bullets, bayonets, and broken backs. And now look at you, sitting on your ass in Pattaya, crying inside because your holiday girlfriend didn't kiss you like she meant it. Pathetic. You've been softened by luxury, neutered by comfort, pacified by convenience. Your biggest fucking struggle this week? You couldn't decide between two hot spinner freelancers. Boo fucking who? The human body was built for battle. The male spirit was forged in adversity. But take away all the struggle and you're just a bored animal jacking off between dopamine hits. You don't need more comfort. You need a goddamn fight. A mission, a standard. A reason to sweat that doesn't involve chasing tail in neon lights. Because let me fucking tell you something, and I want this to echo in your skull the next time you feel empty in your 2,000 baht hotel room. Comfort is the cage, and you're the well-fed prisoner asking why you don't feel free. The mimetic trap, envy in paradise. You ever sit in a bar with a girl on your lap and still feel like you're losing? That's mimetic desire, jackass. It means you don't want what you want what you think other men want. Monkey see, monkey simp. You're not chasing pleasure. You're chasing someone else's highlight reel. And you wonder why you feel like shit. You could have a 20-year-old stunner in your bed, a beach outside your condo, and a fridge full of Leo. But one scroll on Instagram, and suddenly you're questioning everything. His girl's hotter. His condo's bigger. His bottle's top shelf. Meanwhile, your brain is bleeding out confidence like a stuck pig. Here's the formula you need to tattoo on your ego. Happiness equals quality of life minus envy. And you, my dude, are hemorrhaging happiness because you can't stop comparing yourself to other broke degenerates pretending they're ballers. You know what's worse? This game don't stop in Pattaya. It starts here. Every bar is a dick measuring contest. Every chick is a trophy on loan. Every night out turns into a goddamn scoreboard. Who pulled the hottest girl? Who spent the most? Who got free action? And who paid the idiot tax? Here's a hint. If you're keeping score, you've already lost. You want peace? Kill the comparison. Burn the scoreboard. And for the love of your balls, stop thinking that what makes him fucking happy is gonna do it for you too. Because the truth is, most of us clowns you're envying, they're just as empty. They're just better at faking it. The price of escapism. Buying pleasure, renting purpose. Let's stop pretending. You didn't come to Pattaya for the culture. You didn't fly across oceans for temples and sunsets. You came here because you're fucking lost. You came here to outrun the void, to bury your pain under bodies, bottles, and bullshit. And guess fucking what? The void followed you. You think you're living the dream, but all you've done is change the goddamn wallpaper on your prison cell. Back home, you were depressed in a cubicle. Now, you're depressed in a go-go bar with tits in your face and sadness in your chest. That's the price of escapism. It feels good right up until it doesn't. And by the time you notice, it's already carved a hole in your soul you can't fill with pussy or pad crop how. Let's talk about working girls. They're not your problem. They're the symptom of your problem, and they exist to give men like us a rented fantasy, warmth without love, affection without depth, loyalty until the money runs out. And we love it because it's easy, because it's controlled, because you don't have to show up as a man, you just have to pay. You're not dating, you're drugging yourself. And just like any addiction, the dose keeps going up. More girls, more nights, more money, and less satisfaction. Until one day you're sitting there, a veteran of the bar scene, dead-eyed and broke, trying to convince yourself she might actually like you this time. You didn't find freedom, you bought sedation. You didn't escape your demons, you gave them beachfront property, you came to heal, but never bled. You wanted meaning, but only bought moments. This isn't a vacation anymore. It's a slow, sweet, you're fucked spiral, and no one's coming to save you. The forgotten struggle. Why you feel nothing. You want to know why you're numb. Why your highs don't last. Why she's naked in your bed and you still feel hollow. Because you haven't earned a goddamn thing. Modern men were built for struggle. You were designed to sweat, to suffer, to strive. That fire inside your chest, that drive, it only lights up when you're chasing something real. Not swiping, not scrolling, not stuffing your face with street food and false validation. But you chose the shortcut. You wanted the prize without the pain, so you bought the girl. You booked the trip, you numbed the ache, and in doing that, you murdered your purpose. You used to dream of building something. Now your biggest goal is getting laid twice before checkout. You used to train. Now, your gym is a mattress, and your reps are thrusts you barely remember in the morning. You used to conquer. Now, you cuddle your addictions and call it freedom. Let me tell you something that'll sting. You're not unhappy because life is hard. You're unhappy because it's too fucking easy. Comfort without effort is poison. Pleasure without purpose is rot. Luxury without labor turns men into soulless, spineless husks, chasing the next dopamine hit like rats in a Skinner box. You ever see a man who's fought for his life, built something from the dirt, stood up when the world tried to break him? That man walks different, talks different, fucks different. And you paid to pretend to be that man for a night. But deep down, you know the truth. You didn't earn this life. You escaped into it. You want to feel something again. Pick a fight with your comfort. Train, build, create, bleed. Do something that scares the soft out of you. Because as long as everything comes easy, you'll stay nothing more than a well-fed ghost. Kill the comfort. Reclaim the fire. You know what's worse than being weak? Pretending you're not. You lie to yourself every night. You call this freedom. You call this happiness. You call this living like a king. But kings earn their thrones, and you just booked a flight and started playing emperor of your own excuses. You didn't rise, you ran from pressure, from failure, from discipline, from the version of you that still had some fucking fight left, and now you sit here, half naked in paradise, bloated on cheap dopamine and cheaper validation, wondering why none of it feels real. You want the truth? Nothing will change until you kill the part of you that keeps choosing easy. That's your enemy, not feminism, not your ex-wife, not Western society. It's you, the weak, soft, coddled version that traded blood for comfort and balls for approval. You don't need another night out. You need a war. You need a mission. You need a reason to bleed again. And no, not in some metaphorical way, but in the real fucking raw, sweaty grind of purpose. Wake the fuck up. Start over. Strip it all down to the studs and rebuild from rage, hunger, and truth. You want to feel alive again? Earn it. Lift heavy. Eat clean. Create something. Command respect. Be a savage with discipline, not just dick discipline. Be the man she can't buy and life can't break. You already know what to do. You're just scared it'll hurt. Good. Let it hurt. Let it burn. That's how you kill the parasite inside you whispering, "It's okay, just one more night." Fuck that voice. Choke it the fuck out and rise to the goddamn occasion. If the truth hurts, good. That means you're still alive. I'm Josh, and this was your Pattaya Red Pill Report. See you next round.